I was like figuring things out, and then like Veep came out, and then like things started to like I guess offers started. We fully get comedically what each other like likes and what each other is going for, and like share like some of the same influences. People only just now finding Detroiters. So the fact that we were both able to come from the same place, and then we won Emmys on the same day. Tim and I were throwing out the first pitch at game at Comerica. I hit a bunch out of the park all the way, and when I'm done, I'm like, they're like, guys come up like, you play? That's all you want to hear. It's the through line for everything. What makes any good movie is like some sort of comedic element, edge, because it's like the most human thing. The true scope of understanding humanity is through comedy.
Sam Richardson, welcome to General Meeting with Becky Sloviter.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
I am truly beside myself. I almost leapt into your arms when I opened my front door this morning. We got to hang and have the greatest time ever making Let's Have Kids a few years ago.
Yes,
we originally met, though, on, and I'll never forget this shoot day.
Oh, yeah.
First season of I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson, Baby of the Year.
Baby of the Year.
I just remember I was so excited to meet you and work with you, and I was such a fan. And I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off that day. I was like, hi, do you need anything? It's so nice to meet you. Okay, bye. The baby was napping, and then, okay, we got to get him in that outfit. I mean,
get him a leather
incredible.
jacket. Just got to get him the bandana. That was looking really fun. That was first season. It was so wild. I've known Tim like not only my whole adult life, but I've known Tim since I was like 15 years old, since I was like 16. We weren't best friends when I first met Tim.
Yeah.
I was a high school kid, and he was also a high school kid. But the Detroit improv scene is so tiny. He was on a touring company at that time, but we were both all kind of like circling the improv scene. But I was taking high school classes at Second City, and so I would go to see shows at Second City and then go to this theater called the Planet Ant Theater. Mm-hmm. And like our teacher, Sean Hanlon, was our teacher at Second City, but then he was like doing shows at Planet Ant. I would go see shows at Planet Ant because that was like the cool theater because Second City was the established theater. Yeah. It was the
brand name.
It was a brand name,
Totally.
It was a tourist destination in downtown. It was right across the street from Comerica Park, next to the Fox Theater. Planet Ant was like a theater that was like a coffee shop that got turned into a theater, and it was like the sort of experimental improv. People would like write original shows there, and they'd do like straight plays there. And so, you'd go there to like really improvise.
Yeah.
And then he was my level A teacher.
Tim was?
Tim was.
Okay, so he had sort of graduated, so to speak, to also teaching.
Yeah, exactly. So he was my teacher at that point, but then immediately we were like, oh,
I was just going to say.
Get it.
And this will segue us a bit to Detroiters. I'm laughing that I gave you that mug also because, just real briefly, this is, do you remember at SNL, the Lonely Island sketch, Sushi Glory Hole?
Hear us out.
Hear us out. That's what it says on the other side. You forgot to eat. Now you're out and about. When I tell you, and so I got this mug from Matt for Christmas. It says, hear us out on that side.
Yeah.
And then the flavor that you gain outweighs the risk.
That's really funny. That's really
That sketch
funny.
like took over our family's life for a solid 6 weeks.
So we were going into dinner, and like Akiva was driving us, and he was like, let's really play the track. This was like not years. I mean, at this point now it's years. Whoa.
I know, it's crazy.
But I heard that, and I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. And that was before there was like any visual to it. I was just like hearing the song.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is, and he was like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know?
No.
This is like the funniest thing.
That was the amazing thing of working with those guys. They were such an integral part of I Think You Should Leave.
Yes.
You're teeing me up perfectly. And I'm sorry I got distracted by my favorite mug of all time. You have a shared sensibility with someone, a comedic sensibility.
Yeah.
When you guys first came together.
We just fully get it. We fully get comedically what each other like likes and what each other is going for, and like we're still like the learning phases, and like we share like some of the same influences, not just comedically, but like we both like love Christmas, but are both like heavy atheists. We both love like standards like Frank Sinatra and like Dean Martin and like Sammy Davis Jr. We like just love old Rat Pack stuff.
Just to come up in this crazy business, have the success that you guys have had, but still be like true homies is
phenomenal.
What a blessing.
And like, it's very crazy to put it technically.
Yeah.
It's very crazy that, you know, we didn't get our like mass, and I don't want to say mass success, but like we didn't like shoot to the moon from Detroiters. People only just now finding Detroiters. So the fact that we were both able to come from the same place and then like reach success here and then still be together, like we won Emmys on the same day.
For that to happen, what a special moment.
Pretty wild. He truly is like my best friend in the world.
Yeah.
And like the fact that we were able to like have to like do our own things and like, because there's things that like Tim can do that I can't do, and there's things that I like to do that Tim like would absolutely not, like has no interest in. Like I love fantasy, and like that Tim won't watch anything with a horse in it, and like let alone a dragon. It really is. Like he'll watch a Western.
Let alone a dragon.
But he does like sci-fi, like Star Trek. But you know, like, the fact that we can do our own things individually.
To stay on Detroiters for one more second.
Oh yes, please. So to get to like do that show together,
oh my God,
was phenomenal, because we, you know, every day we would say from Detroit, we're like we have to move from Detroit in order like to work at this point, like, you know, like in order to like make something. The field is small, and so you have to go to Chicago to get seen by people, and then by to New York or LA to get seen from there. So like we knew we had to make that journey, but every day would be like, oh, we have to bring something back to Detroit.
Yes.
And so then like getting the opportunity to do that and then come back and like have the show and like have our friends come and work on it.
It's such a love letter to Detroit. I remember when we were shooting the movie and you were like, I have to go to Detroit this weekend because it was something for the train station, I want to say.
That's right. It was the train station opening.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was introducing Jack White.
And then obviously we would talk about football all the time. Yeah. Oh, Adam, I was on the phone with him this morning. He wanted me to send a big hug to you. And I was like, football season's coming. It's not coming soon enough. But you know Sam and I are going to get into this.
We are.
I'm going to jump to this and then we'll go back to Detroiters just real quick. Just to close this little loop, this Jan Campbell loop I'm about to open. When we were reaching out to you to do Let's Have Kids, and we were so hopeful that you would want to, but also you are incredibly sought after. You are also, I meant to say this at the top, forgive me, not a professional podcaster. You are so one of one. And that is, there's really just not many people that you can say that about.
Very kind.
It's really, really true. So, you know, the script was written for you. The character was named Sam.
Yeah.
Adam wrote you a really passionate letter that, of course, referenced Dan Campbell.
And
the Lions.
Yep.
And just the, like, you know, I really admire Dan Campbell and the, like, I would run through a wall for this guy energy.
Truly. An inspirational figure.
Like, I mean.
Like, you can see how, like, in the days of like land wars, armies versus armies, like that's like, oh, that guy would be a general because he's like, first off, he's huge,
yes,
and like a powerful man, but also like an inspirational leader who can like get people behind him. You're like, oh, you would lead an army.
Yes.
You know, easily.
Like, you know how I feel about my Eagles, but I have such a huge respect for Dan Campbell and the Lions, and like find myself, I don't know if I could say rooting for, but like something that approximates that. You have so many incredible players there.
Like so many weapons.
Oh my God, so many weapons.
Culture now.
How about, well, exactly. And so I'll see you on the sidelines at the games a lot of the time.
I try and get back as many as much as I can. Like we have a game in Germany this year, so I'm going to try and go to Germany.
Yes.
I say that knowing, like, I don't have time for my own vacations.
You have like 2 days off total per year.
Yeah.
And at the same time, your priorities are in the right place. Like, you might figure that out.
I did a Star Trek movie. It's called Section 31. And like in my contract for that, like, I was like, okay, if the Lions go to the Super Bowl, you have to let me go to the Super Bowl. And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever.
And you're like, and I need it in writing.
And I was like, I need it in writing, straight up. And like, they were nervous because they're like, oh, they're making a run. Like, and I went to the NFC Championship game, flew to San Francisco to see that game. And the first half, I was like, here we go. And then the second half, it all fell apart. But I got back and my voice was hoarse. And like you could tell they were all like kind of relieved because like it would have like thrown the whole schedule out of whack because like they weren't counting.
No, they were like, all right, fine, put it in, close the deal. We need him. Let's do this. I mean, I feel you guys are now due. I'm just going to quote a line from one of my favorite movies of all time that this is here because of making Let's Have Kids. This is a reference that Steeks and I would, because we're so obsessed with Major League and that moment when Jake Taylor calls his shot. But there's a line that Lou Brown says in that movie, I have a hunch he's due. You guys are due. Like, and
True.
When I think about all of my friends who are Lions fans and that the deep connection, the love, the pain that you guys deeply understand and what that's going to be like when, not if, you get there, you go all the way. And you got to keep putting it in your contract. If you are scheduled to be on a job January or February, that little pocket,
you
that
don't have
end
to fly
of
me there.
Correct.
You gotta give me those days. There is a contract that has the words Detroit Lions in it with my name. Like it's legally in
I love
there.
it. And that can be the template moving forward.
Like,
Because by the way, it's precedential now.
It's precedent.
Sorry. My most hated word ever when I'm trying to close a deal and the greatest word ever when the leverage is on your side of like, well, we have precedent for it. So, but you really have become like Mr. Detroit, a real, like just an emblem of the city in a lot of ways. And that show is so special. My cousin, Andrew, who is so obsessed with Detroiters, he would like me to ask you something. He would just like you to know that his Wi-Fi network passwords, Devereaux Wigs.
Fantastic.
Obviously. And Cramlin Duvet.
Amazing.
As they should be.
As they should be. That's fantastic.
This was one of his questions.
Yep.
Veep, he was like, if Richard Splett was running for the midterms now, what would he be campaigning on?
I think that's the magic superpowers like of Richard Splett is that he can sort of like I think he would be running on. It would be like not a mistake because he would be like truthful and he'd be like knowledgeable about it, but it would be like a tear down the sort of like lies sort of thing. He would have mathematically figured out a way to make healthcare work for everyone in a way that like is also like profits for everyone.
Yeah.
It's actually we're in the black on this.
Yes.
Which would like include like he'd probably find a way to make internships to hospitals as like nurses and doctors, pay for like school and then provide that and provide teachers and like provide schools, and he would have figured it out and then just like sort of like, oh man, you just move the decimal place like three spaces over, and they're like, oh, it actually works.
This is what I love so much about all of the characters that you have either created or played and then brought so much to. You haven't played that character in what, 7-8 years, and you like right in there, like you know this man.
I know him.
The writing on that show is incredible, but what all of you, I mean, Veep is one for the ages. Lily Singh was here and she mentioned that was her very favorite show ever.
Great.
That one really, talk about staying power, but that's kind of the exploded you into the culture.
Yes, that was the thing that was I was like figuring things out, and then like Veep came out, and then like things started to like offers started to,
because then in that sort of second half of that decade, because Veep started, or when do you come onto it, like 2015 2016
2016 whatever, season 3.
Okay. And then you find yourself, as I was going through in prep for this, in every studio comedy ever made for the next like 6-7 years. It's just, well, we got to get Sam Richardson in this. Oh, he can only do a couple days because his schedule's crazy. But like, that's fine. That's fine. Because again, you're one of one. You bring something so unique to every role you play. And the fucking specificity, my favorite.
It was because he was such a perfect. It was 2014 actually.
Oh, okay, got it.
I remember I turned 30 while I was doing that show. No, wait, 2015. Okay, no, while I was doing guest spots. Final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer, 2014. Because it's also like from filming to air. There's a little bit of window in there.
Oh, you're teeing me up to talk about our movie. But I won't get there quite yet. Go on. Shot it 2 years ago. Don't worry about it. It'll come out at some point soon.
That's right. That's right.
So Veep, you're about to turn 30, or you have just turned 30?
So I turned 30. It was supposed to be a guest spot.
Yes.
And then they were a full character.
Oh, wait. It was just going to be a guest spot.
It's going to be one episode. It was supposed to be the
love when this happens.
The idea of like him, of the rest of the team is at Mike's is at Mike's wedding.
Yep.
And so she's like kind of left in Iowa with like no support except this one guy.
Did you have a sense going into that, like, you're excited? It's season 3, so you know what Veep is at this point.
Yes.
You're very excited that you've gotten this one episode.
One episode, I'm like, great. I'm like working, and like this is fun. I know and love everybody on this show. I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun. But like, but head on a swivel. Gotta make sure that I come correct and like like head down, just do the thing.
Yep.
And I remember the table reads. I've talked about this before. Like the table reads, I was like ready. Like, okay, don't expect laughs. Don't just kind of just get your timing right. Do your thing.
Yep.
Boom. And I remember like my first joke that people like laughed I was like, and they were like laughing at everybody, each other's stuff. I was like, oh, this is like,
oh, what a
everybody
great
loves
vibe.
to be here. A great vibe. And like, it's for the greater thing of the,
everyone's rowing in the same direction.
You're
all making the same show. That's the other thing, right?
Exactly.
Like, I know that sounds so basic, but as we all know, and we won't get specific here, sometimes you realize as you are making a show that you are making a different show than some of the other people who have shown up to make the same show, and you're like, ooh,
let's just try and find a page, and then we'll all get on that one.
Exactly.
But until then,
no, totally,
we're in trouble.
But no surprise that something like Veep became that. But so you do that, it's great. Do they immediately, like, do you have a sense before you even wrap that episode that like, we might want you to come back, do
little
other
bit?
stuff?
I think they started to check my avail for the next episode,
like,
and like they maybe stick around in Baltimore for. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I sure will. They haven't seen the 4 seasons, so I'm like, please, I am near homeless. I am happy to be here and like working. Like, I'm borrowing money from my roommate to like cover the rent.
I love when a very successful actor talks about that though too, because like you have to totally compartmentalize that is the case as you show up. On set of Veep.
Exactly.
And you're like, huh? Yes, I know that's past due. Don't worry about it.
But also like you come up in the arts, like in theater and all that. You've been doing that your whole, you know what I mean?
You have to be able to do your thing no matter what is going on.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Especially like on camera, what shows up is like what you put into the lens is what is going to be there.
Yes.
So if I'm not there entirely, am I going to be there to explain? Like, oh, you got to understand when I shot that scene.
You know what I always think about, and I'm sure you love this movie because it is half Detroit set, also because it's perfect, Out of Sight.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's one of my absolute favorites. The scene where they've broken out of prison and Clooney and Ving Rhames are getting, Steve Zahn has the getaway car, and he's like, take off those fucking sunglasses, and he's screaming at him. Like, he's like, why'd you get Glenn? Like, the whole thing. He apparently, I read, George Clooney was like as sick as he's ever been that day. As he's on, I mean, it's a night shoot under underpass in Florida, and he's screaming at Steve Zahn. And when I read that and then went back, you cannot tell. And that is, again, to be an actor, half this podcast is like, I just love actors, and I think it is so much harder than anyone gives it credit for.
It really is,
right? I mean,
but like, and not to be like, oh, sorry, poor me. I did a commercial with AI with Allen Iverson.
The Answer.
The Answer.
He has both Detroit and Philly roots.
So I was getting ready to shoot this commercial, and then I was going to Ireland for like a week and a half for a friend's wedding, and then like some travel time, which I've never get to do. No. So going into it, like I was like, oh, I had to get surgery. So I had surgery, and then like while the doctor was in there, he was like, I saw you had a hernia, so I repaired the hernia. And so what was supposed to be like 2 or 3 days recovery became like fully, I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like it was like just pain. Well, okay.
I'll be
and
there.
So I'm like doing these scenes and I'm like in so much pain. I was like, I can't move.
Yep.
I had to post or like repost the sort of outtakes from that thing. And in one of the takes, like we're doing a thing and I laugh and I'm like, I grab my side. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I just had like
2 days prior.
2 days prior.
No, like should barely be walking around at that point. I do. But you show up.
I show up.
By the way, because you are, and I experienced this working with you multiple times now, you are so fucking professional.
Thanks.
So you, not just because AI is there, Ellen Iverson, not artificial intelligence, but you're going to show up. So Tim's on SNL. You guys have the idea for Detroiters. Lorne and Sudeikis come on to...
So in fact, Sudeikis was even like, you guys should do a show together. And we're like, oh, sure.
Yes.
Like, we've always like talked about it.
Yeah,
and we're like,
exactly.
and we'd always said like, all right, well, if we do a show, it has to be about Detroit. Of course, it has to be about Detroit.
Yes.
And so then like, we sort of took that around.
With Broadway Video.
Broadway video then came on board.
Yep.
And then like we sort of like went all over from there.
Yep.
And then Comedy Central, it was Jason who was like, you guys should do a show together and I'll like produce it. I'll be the heavy to get you through the door.
And is that because you... Ted Lasso, your part there, I mean, just Emmy, you had this long relationship with Sudeikis at that point. So I imagine they wrote this part for you. You were so incredible on that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. Was it so much fun?
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Love that show
And like
so
Jason would been like, you should do something as a Ghanaian. I'm like, yeah, I'll figure out something. And then like the character Sam Osanye is like Sam. He's nicknamed after. He was like a Ghanaian football player, but because Tohib is Nigerian, it was like, oh, he's Nigerian.
Yeah.
And like, but like, and Tohib is so brilliant. I love Tohib.
Isn't he incredible?
He's
Do you
really
watch Industry?
I haven't. Yeah.
Samuel Richardson. You are in for such a treat. And if I know you have some overseas travel coming up, download that shit. And he's fantastic on this current season, but that show is, I can barely speak about it.
I'm excited. I always love a new show.
Right?
We just finished Rooster.
I loved it. We just finished it. Was anything cozier than Rooster?
It's really cozy. It's really cozy and sweet, and I wasn't expecting to like it. I was like, oh, okay. I think I like looking at the thing. I was like, I get what this show's gonna be.
Totally.
But I'm like, no, it's like such a great pace.
Yes.
Calming.
It's deep.
It's deep. John C. McGinley and anything I love. Him.
It's incredible.
He has such a command of cadence. It's something to behold. Like it's since like Scrubs, I've been I've been on board for him. Like to see him like get to do that, I was like, oh, it's got part of Cox in it. Dr. Cox. But then like it's a different thing, and like he's so vulnerable.
There was like it wasn't a throwaway line, but it was so subtle. In maybe episode 8 or 9, he says, well, if you think you can, you're halfway there. I like really needed to hear that day. Do you know what I mean? And his delivery of it, exactly as you're saying, the cadence, but just the nuance that he brings to that role, and really that everybody does. I mean, Carell obviously,
Carell has a superpower for that.
He does.
And every man who is like very likable but uncomfortable in some sort of situations, but then isn't commenting on things directly, but he's just like commenting on how he feels about stuff, and like not even like not necessarily saying it out loud, but so you can see how he feels, but then like he's pulling it back. It's such a specific, highly skilled acting ability that Steve Carell has, and like that he can anchor an entire everything with that.
What that show is doing, I love the actress who plays his daughter whose name I am forgetting.
And like the conflict in that show is not like false,
Yes.
It feels like it's and the stakes aren't incredibly high, but everything is like real and important to the characters.
Honey Britton on that show also.
Fantastic.
Get out of here.
Fantastic. It's another person who has like so many different like layers and levels, because like I think Tammy Taylor and Coach Taylor, that's like one of the best marriages on television in like television history, to like see them both like have their wants, have their disagreements, and like real fights where they like both have their wants and like are butting up against each other for their wants, but like there's still a constant love in there, and you see it read.
Yes.
And like both of them sort of relenting and both of them sort of kind of standing firm on what they want.
Yes.
But like
But
still,
we are in this
but we're in this together.
Completely.
It's like one of the best, if not the best, like marriages portrayals on television.
Did you see some of the footage out of the ATX festival very recently? This is so great. Oh my gosh. Texas Forever, first of all. Plemons is there talking about, he was like, I like thought about acting differently after I was on this show and all of it. But Connie Britton talks about how she and Kyle Chandler said to each other very, very early on, we can't let them make one of us have an affair. Because they will try, because it's television, and that's like that's a conflict that's like right there waiting for you.
Yep.
We cannot be about that. I love it so much.
So her in that show, getting to play like a kind of selfish, like capable, selfish, flawed,
quick and like sexy, and they have like there's vibes, but also like. It was so layered and nuanced, which is what everything on that show, I find all Bill Lawrence shows. I'm obsessed with Shrinking.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Bill Lawrence is like the guy, when I won the guest star Emmy for Ted Lasso, and I remember I was giving my my speech, and I forgot to say Bill Lawrence's name, and even every day I feel bad about it. You know, I feel bad about it every day.
Every day.
I really didn't think I was going to win.
It was. Did you not?
I did. I really didn't think I was going to win. Well, you know, it was the very first award given out that night.
Oh, stop!
I was like, great. I'll lose in the beginning, and then I'll like kind of like
give me a drink,
like not see it, and it was like oh, and I leap out of my chair. Because I'm like, what?
So you hadn't even prepared.
I had like a bit of a thing, like, and I was like, all right. So I just like, I'll make sure I'm covered, but it feels like. Not a jinx, but like also like presumptuous to like have written a speech, which you have to do.
It's a weird mindfuck of it because you're like, I'm definitely jinxing it, and this is so embarrassing if I write this whole thing, and then I light it on fire later, right?
Like light on fire,
literally.
And you know, I have like bullet points, and that's how I do speeches. I really do. I just like make bullet points, and then I know like what connective tissue I'll do in my head. So that's what I had. I gave a best man speech for one of my best friends, Andy St. Clair, and I had like. I just like knew what pieces I was going to connect and like what the headlines were, and then I'll like speak on each of these little sections. And it was like
Did you bring tears and laughter?
I did.
There you go.
I did. I was very proud of it.
That's what it needs to be first.
The year before at the Creative Arts Emmys, like Tim and I were nominated at the same show. I think I was nominated for a different night, and he was nominated that night. And like Tim was like walking around, and I look on the floor. He was like somewhere else. And I look on the floor, and I like, oh, there's a piece of paper, and it wasn't like by us. And I like go and I grab it, and it's like a speech, and it's Tim's speech. And like, thank God, and I'm like, thank God, I'm the one who found this.
That is the universe, and that is your karma.
You know,
you guys are such good.
It didn't
humans.
have his name on it.
No, but
I just know his handwriting.
Were you like, bruh?
I was like, buddy, here, have this, put it in the pocket.
That's
it was
amazing.
Pretty wild.
That is amazing. I will launch this just slightly from here. Always trying to segue and have some connective tissue, but it's hopeless. Do you want to touch upon Let's Have Kids briefly?
Oh, yes.
Adam and Ellie wrote it with you in mind. Yeah. We were over the moon when you said yes. You brought so much to the role. I was looking back at the scenes you have with Ed Begley Jr.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So the character you play, Ben. Who is married to Karen Gillan's character, Emma. Talk about like a real relationship.
Yeah.
Everything in this movie is so grounded, is so funny, but feels so real. It's not a broad comedy.
Yep.
You are always bringing such a grounded thing. And just seeing you and Karen vibe and create that dynamic.
Yeah. Oh.
But you and Max Greenfield together, there's a scene at the end, like, I'm going to start crying. And I love, obviously, you are so close in real life also with Zoe Chow.
Oh, one of my favorite people.
She is. I mean, we could literally have a separate podcast about our collective love of the magic of Zoe Chow. But I remember, And I'm realizing this must have been the Star Trek movie. So you were in Toronto shooting that. She was there touring with K-Flay. You met up with her at the concert.
That's right.
And I was like, you going to see Sam tonight? He has the script. We sent the letter. Please do everything you can. Try to convince him. It's not going to be a lot of shoot days. We'll work around his schedule. We were just so desperate for it to be you.
Yeah.
It was such a wonderful experience working with you.
Really was. I really loved making that film and working with you, working with Zoe, of course, Karen, Max, everyone. It was such a great...
Right? Top to tail.
Ed
Begley comes in for one day.
One day.
Yes.
And he's so funny. Comic genius, a guy who I've loved forever.
I think about being in the edit on that, and Adam and I at one point, like, there is just a face that you make that became, it was like a bit of a North Star. I think this actually speaks to why we were so, like, we were not cool. We were, as the kids say, do they even say thirsty anymore? I don't know.
I say thirsty.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I have 2 teenage boys, so there's no one less cool than me. And I'm reminded of it on a daily fucking basis. But
even Madonna's kids think she's not
God.
cool. Because nobody...
No one's exempt.
No mom is cool to their kid.
Correct.
You could be David Byrne and you're a dork.
It's so true.
You know?
But it's so true. Like, couldn't be less cool, and it is what it is. You are so... I was talking to someone else about this, just because, you know, again, being an actor... You've had incredible success. You work constantly. Being an actor is really hard.
Yes.
You become known for something. So then all the roles are...
Right. Everybody's like, oh, that's what he does.
That's what he does. Let's have him do that again.
Yep.
Are you finding, as you were then getting more success, was it a lot of Richard Splett roles coming your way? Yeah.
And I think people thinking that I was Richard Splett then sort of like doing stuff.
Are you then also trying to write more for yourself?
It's a struggle because first off, it's hard to get shows made because you're fighting a lot of presumptions. And like, it's first off, like, you're trying to win the lottery to begin with. I feel like if I go into a studio or a thing and I'm like, hey, I've got a show idea, they're like, oh, is it you being Richard Splett? And I'm like, no, the whole point I'm here is because it's like a different thing.
Yes.
I did Richard Splett as a character of like one of 1,000 that,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
well,
not
totally.
1,000, like, you know what I mean?
No, but
maybe
especially
like
coming up
900.
Second City. Yes, exactly. Exactly. We're rounding up. It's fine.
Exactly. Just because there's something I haven't even thought of.
Yes.
But it's hard to find the thing that matches. You want something that's like relatable, but also something that's interesting and something that's interesting to you yourself.
And so you want to expand out of that.
And like do things that I'm not even comfortable in. You know what I mean? Like do things that are, that are comfortable in the pocket, but also like to kind of stretch and like sort of like challenge myself to play characters who, you know, I want to say like they play unlikable characters. I did Ted Lasso and like I played a full asshole. And so like to find those things, but then like the discipline to write properly. Yeah. And like one of the things I'm jumping is like I'm diagnosed ADHD.
Same girl.
And
same.
I've like only recently, the sort of irony of like get diagnosed for ADHD is like being neurodivergent and like ADHD, the challenge of getting the diagnosis is like, it's like looking for your glasses when you need glasses.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're like, it's now me knowing sort of like what my sort of distractions are and then trying to lean into those distractions or lean out of them or set myself up to not be distracted and like set myself up to have sort of spaces and avenues and like sort of mechanisms to help me creatively. Yes. But I'm also a person who I have 1 million hobbies and I have 1 million different things. So I have like this space, I call it the lab. It's like an office in North Hollywood that like I use for like a lot of different things. I have like I'm like getting into woodworking, so I have like a little woodwork station there. I have like a tech, that's where I like build my computers and like I sort of messing with that, like a gaming like sort of area where like the VR has like its own thing, like you know all these things. Like that's where I do my Zooms from in a different room there where I've set it up for meetings and like a writing space. But in that making that sort of space, it quickly became like dump everything in that space and then figure it out. And then so then the challenge then became like, well, I can't write in here. There's too many distractions.
Yes.
Whereas like I had these things in here to like sort of be purposeful distractions where I would go in there and like if I was like in a block, I would then go like work on this thing and come back. Instead, it was like all a jumble. So I was like going into that space and being like, all right, this needs to go here, and then getting on my medication, all of a sudden be like, oh, every piece was like you know in like Lego movies when like all the pieces are out and you're like click, 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 click. It's that now.
Yes.
And so like every space is now having its own, it's like now coming together and like it then relieves my brain.
Yes.
But in all this, I'm like, the whole point was to be writing here. And I haven't been writing in that space.
But woodworking looks great though.
It really does. Because like woodworking is like a means to an end to like sort of like I need like a perfectly sized shelf to match this thing. And like I can't buy it anywhere. I can't find the exact depth and the exact height. Got to make it. You know,
obviously.
So then now I know how to make a table, you know. Oh, now that desk is like taking a little bit too much space. So now I can build a desk in that thing.
Well, I think this speaks to how unbelievably creative you are and the magic of that. And also harnessing that, right?
Yep.
I'm going to bring it back to, is Tomorrow War the first time you do sort of big muscular action?
Yes.
With Chris Pratt.
Yep.
And is that partially why you do it? Because you're like, I love this shit. I don't get thought of for this.
I don't get thought of for that. And like, so I was like so excited to do that.
Yeah.
Because like I love sci-fi. I love action.
Yes.
I love all the things that go along with.
Yes.
But even in Tomorrow War, I'm like a nerd. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I'm like to get to like do a full action movie where even if I start here, I want a thing that I get to start here and then am fully capable.
100%. I really admire this about you. Hollywood puts people in their boxes, but you really are not totally letting that happen.
You know, and I really want, because like there's a few things that you have to fight against, like in my space specifically. Yeah, it's like, you know, first we were like, oh, okay, well he can do the nerd thing, he can do the black thing, he can do the nerdy black thing. You know. And I'm like, well, there's a lot to I appreciate the idea, like one of one, like I can be a nerd. 'Cause I like literally I am, and I love computers.
You're the coolest nerd of all time, but sure, you know? sure.
Also, I can, you know, finish a deck. You know, I can.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Like you are the whole fucking package.
I can hit a baseball out of Comerica Park.
Yeah, you can.
I can hit it, you know,
no big
and I
deal.
did once.
I was just going to say, I can tell that's a real story.
Once, and I was like so proud of it.
Holy shit, did you really?
I did.
Like at a Tigers something?
At Tigers, like Tim and I were throwing out the first pitch at a game at Comerica, and so they had us at batter's practice, and we were hitting them. So I have... in high school, I dislocated my shoulder. So like over the years, it redislocates, like dislocates. And so like kind of became arthritic. And so like I was like really working on like, make sure that I get this shoulder all set, ignore this one. So like doing batting practice, and I'm like hitting them. And there's like a video. I hit a bunch out of the park all the way. It's like a very cool video. And when I'm done, I'm like, they're like, guys come up like, you play? And I'm like... That's all you want to hear. That's all you want to hear.
Was that literally like top 5 moments of your life?
It was pretty high up. So I knocked my park. I'm like, my shoulder. The other one, it was called batter's arm.
No.
Which I did because I didn't warm this up.
No.
And there's something about like when you swing so hard, when you miss, there's no, it's like inertia.
Right, there's
nothing that stops
no opposition.
So then you just like completely, and like.
Oh shit. But by the way, worth it.
Worth it. You don't want to like make your life about proving yourself, but like, you're trying to always break out of the box that somebody wants to put you in. Because I mean, and it's helpful to put people in boxes because like you have a box that you need filled.
Yes.
You know?
What resonates with me, you don't want to spend your career and your life thinking you need to prove yourself. And at the same time, trying new things, taking on characters and roles that you haven't, that is, I imagine, what lights you up.
Yes.
That's what you want.
Just like how I get into all these hobbies.
Yeah.
I want to get into all these roles also. You know what I mean? Like whatever like thing that I'm like, ooh, it'd be nice to play like a dad with like kids, like on a show.
Yeah.
Where the relationship can build and you learn from each other and all that. Like the idea of that.
Yes. Are there things that you think about or that are like, you know what I haven't done, or even genres? Like, do you love horror?
I appreciate horror greatly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like my top thing. I did like a horror comedy.
Werewolves Within. I love Josh
It's
Rugen.
really fun.
So good. You're so good at that.
Really
it's great.
fun.
It's great. And I love horror comedy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Hard to do.
Hard to do.
Really hard.
I do appreciate good horror.
There's a lot of garbage.
There's a lot of garbage because I think the price for entry to make a horror, it's like a very cheap lottery ticket.
Yes.
Because you can hit big with like a very cheap like horror movie. So then people like make. But then like when that thing does hit, because it's people. It's a really great genre for interaction, as in like you're suspend like the jump scares. You are maybe there's not a better way to get behind a character because you are so you're vicariously living through them and their fear.
Yes,
because
it's so
I'm
visceral.
afraid. It's visceral. I'm afraid of what comes behind that door.
100%.
You know what I mean? Whereas like I'd be in like a drama, I'm like, I hope his, you know what I mean?
All right.
I hope he'll be all right. I hope he doesn't get fired for this.
Yeah, exactly.
But like that's when it's like,
if he does,
monsters in the house.
Exactly.
Oh no.
100%.
Hold your breath, but you shouldn't be in that bathroom. You went into the wrong room.
Yes.
When people making good decisions, but it's not enough. That's scary. That's what's really scary.
Because that is so relatable, right?
You know?
Like horror and comedy, and again, when they confuse together, amazing. But horror and comedy, that's what you want to see in a theater. That's like, there's just nothing like that experience because it feels so human and so visceral.
It's
Love
like
it.
horror, the horror comedy still exists, but like the action comedy, which used to be a subgenre, then took over comedy. So like now there aren't like a lot of comedies being made because they're like, oh, well, why do a full comedy when, all these superheroes can like tell jokes, And I'm like, oh, well, you just have like a comedy director and like comedians like land the plane with what they've been studying their whole lives and like the timing and like the skill. Like, trust us to do it,
Yes, I do. And at the risk of getting on the highest fucking soapbox. But that's been so much of the heartbreak, I think, of what is happening in Hollywood and has been for many years now. But exactly, like it used to be its own thing. And now it's like, all right, well, we can... with also big action, and then we can justify this huge budget, and you're going to have a good time there.
You're going to have a good time.
For sure. And you are, but it's like comedy on its own has gotten so unbelievably devalued.
Yeah,
when
truly
really,
devalued.
What is more valuable?
It's the through line for everything. What makes any good movie is like some sort of comedic element, edge, because it's like the most human thing. There are no like true stakes without some levity because it's the most human thing. Everybody seeks comfort and laughter.
Yes.
So like in a funeral scene, sure, you can get the idea of like everybody's very sad, but like in reality, you're so sad that you get the nervous giggles or like that you're supposed to like bring up something about the person that you didn't like, and it's the true scope of understanding humanity is through comedy.
Yes.
Like a good comedian, can understand every part of society or a part of this situation to then make light of it because like you're able to poke holes in it because you see it fully.
Completely.
That's why a good take means that you understand the thing so well and perspective on it. So you have a micro and a macro view on it. So that's how it's. That's what it is.
Masterclass part 2. Yes. Yes.
So like the devaluing of it because it's what helps and I'll tell you, I'm first in line for any superhero movie. I'm first in line to any action movie.
Yes.
And it helps those movies being funny.
Yes.
It helps to make the characters real and all these things. But then it's just used as a tool.
Yes.
But this is itself a genre.
Yes. This is also what were the influences when we were growing up, what means so much to us, the things we want to go back and rewatch. And it's the little moments. It's those little characterizations and the people that you'll never forget. Exactly as you're saying, like, to do comedy at the level that you are doing it is to be as human as you can be. It's really, oh my God.
And I also say this too,
please,
is like comedy's existing on streamers, which like, you know, however you can get it to the people.
Yeah.
But watching comedy in a theater is different because first off, you have the collective. So if you don't understand a joke or you like kind of miss the timing of something or it doesn't resonate, when you hear the laughter, then you're like, then your brain does the connection. You're like, I get how I'm laughing too. Yes. You know, like I such a specific sort of this isn't exactly what I'm talking about, but it is what I'm talking about. In Along Came Polly, that pratfall that
Philip Seymour
Hoffman does is one of the funniest pratfalls I've ever seen in my life.
Truly.
A person watching this on like a streamer may just it would be like, boom, oh, he fell down. But in a theater, when he falls down, one person laughs hard, and you're like, oh my God. And then you think about it and like the math of like how hard he falls, how excited he was to come in, how confident he was in that rug pull from under him.
Sandy, that is one for the ages. He can do no wrong. And the fact that he can also do no wrong comedically, he's just like, oh, he was the greatest to ever do it.
True.
But yes, that's a great reference.
You know, but then like, you know, when you watch a movie at home, distractions happen so easily. You're checking your phone, you're kind of like looking, you're scrolling, so it's happening here.
Yeah.
And it's unfair to the comedy because either you've missed the setup, you've missed some of the details, or you've missed the punchline. And so then like you've missed these things and you're like, that movie was kind of okay, I think. But you didn't watch it. You did not truly appreciate it.
In a great comedy, the thoughtfulness that has been put into, as you're saying, all of those parts. Like it is a recipe and it's also not, it's never the same. It's not a recipe you can share. Like here's your banana bread and you can make it too. It's like Halley's Comet because it's not going to happen again in that specific alchemy with those people. Oh my God. Now I'm just getting mad. I'm going to bring this back to you before we get to last looks because I will let you get out of here because I know you are the busiest human being alive. The experience of making Let's Have Kids with You was truly magical. Being up in such a special city with all of these people who, again, we were all making the same thing. We were all making the same movie. And I hold it so close to my heart. We still don't have our release date. And it has been such a weird heartbreak. I just can't wait for it to be out in the world. And it will be soon. And I wish I had a specific date to say. But having said all that, can we touch just briefly before we get to the last segment on what you are working on right now, about to go into, because I truly did lose my mind when you told me what this is. And you're going to be shooting in Los Angeles.
Which is crazy.
Bring work back to LA.
Last year, I was out of town for like 9.5 months out of the year.
And
it sort of like unmade my brain a little bit.
Oh my God.
To get to do this show.
I remember so it wasn't last year, it was the year before. You were in Greece shooting something?
I was in Greece shooting something, and then I was in Budapest, in Morocco, and Slovakia shooting something. I was in upstate New York shooting something. I was in Toronto shooting something.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of like,
I mean, again,
dreaming.
It's grateful for the work and also sleep in your own bed. It's going to be amazing.
Better.
So tell us about this very special show that you are starting very soon.
This show's called 100%, and it's a comedy for Netflix. And it stars myself, Nick Kroll, Jason Mantzoukas, Vanessa Bayer.
I mean,
and we're like sort of like TED Talky influencer people, self-help guru types.
Gabe Liedman is the co-creator, showrunner. Okay.
Yeah.
Did he and Nick work on it to create it together?
They created it together.
Okay. So it's like I'm already like injected into my veins and like sign me up. I can't wait for this show. It's called 100%.
100%.
Okay. This brings us to the last segment that we do at the end of every podcast.
Yes.
Here at General Meeting with Becky Sloviter. Last looks.
Last looks.
So,
okay.
Do you have a favorite movie of all time? Or if that is too hard a question, which most people say, are you insane? I can't just choose one. A few movies that you feel are most representative of your taste.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to like nail one because there are movies that I think are movies that if it's on, I'll watch no matter what. They're movies that I think sort of like molded like how I think comedically or like sort of even as a person. Like Ghostbusters was like an all-time favorite movie because as a kid I loved it because of like the sci-fi element. I didn't realize it was a comedy movie until I was like maybe like 8 or like so when I was like a young kid. But I watched that movie. I've seen that movie 1 million times.
Literally.
Like
we quote it all the time. It's amazing how it stays in you. But often, well, what did you do, Ray?
What did you
we
do,
just
Ray? I
say
couldn't
it
help
a
it.
lot. No, exactly.
It just popped in there.
So seminal for you.
So seminal for me because like realizing it was comedy. Then I'm like what? Because that is even what got me into like realizing comedy. And then I'm like, oh, Second City, like knowing that those people were on SNL, and I'm like watching SNL as like a 6-year-old, 5-year-old, you know, like, oh, this is great. And then like that leading me to Second City and be like, oh, and then finding out there was a Second City in Detroit when I was like 13.
Forget it.
And I'm like, oh, okay, great. And so that's what like launched me into the life that I have now.
Yeah.
But like that's like a very important one for me. Also, like Eddie Murphy movies are so like, because what they do is he is like Trading Places is one thing, but he's always the Bugs Bunny. He's always the clever one, and he's the smartest person in the room, but the funniest person in the room. But like Beverly Hills Cop, I love because he's like from Detroit. You know, it's like, Coming to America, is like really one of my favorite movies. But my favorite out of all of those is Harlem Nights, which I love because it does a lot of different things. It's a period movie, which is great. But it's a Black excellence movie.
Yes.
Where, you know, they're the underdogs, but they're not the underdogs who are like struggling. They're the underdogs who are thriving, succeeding. There's a scene, and like Eddie Murphy, that's Richard Pryor. There's a scene in there which I love. So I mean, there's a million scenes in there, but there's a scene which actually reminds me of my Ghanaian grandfather. So Harlem Nights, the movie is about it's like the 1920s. And and sort of a speakeasy is like run by with Black Speakeasy. This guy Quick, who like runs the speakeasy, is like criminal empire who's like sort of adopted and raised by Richard Pryor's character, who like now he's an adult. It all takes place in this thing. They run the speakeasy, and so there's a scene where they get raided, and so then they arrest everybody in there and they have them in jail. So then Richard Pryor's character comes to bail them out. Yeah. And then the police officer at the desk is like, oh, that's gonna be $5,000. Like it really got him. And Richard Pryor tossed like a stack of cash. He's like, give me a receipt. This is my favorite moment. Give me a receipt.
Oh my God.
It's so good. My grandfather was a Ghanaian chief and businessman. You know, he like industrialized a lot of Ghana, West Africa. Like he's a member of parliament.
On your mom's side, right? This is your mom's father.
My mom's father. Okay. My dad's American.
Yep.
My mom's Ghanaian.
Yes.
My grandfather loved like American culture. So like, it was your story of him coming to the States. When he would do that, he would like just shop. He went to like a department store. This would be in like the 70s, like the 60s, like late 60s, early 70s. And so like he's like shopping around and like the store clerk's like, what, sir, can I help you? That kind of thing. And like his thing is like, how much is this shirt? Me 5 of those, 7 of those, 7 of these. And then all of a sudden they're like, sir, anything else? Anything else? Like that sort of just like make them embarrass themselves.
Give me a receipt.
Give me a receipt. Just like let you humiliate yourself. Like, how dare you?
Yes.
That is why I appreciate so much.
So good.
And I know I do that without the same amount of money that my grandfather has. But well, like now I can do it easier.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I want what I want, and nobody will tell me that I can't have it.
I haven't seen that in so long. We haven't shown the kids. I can't wait to see that again.
That's so
great.
Good.
Yeah. And the two of them together.
Two of them, and Red Fox.
Yes.
So you got Red Fox, then you have Richard Pryor, then you have Eddie Murphy. So it's like it's 3 generations of like the top Black comedian, and you got Delarice in there, and everybody's dressed so sharp. It's fantastic. Maybe my favorite movie.
I love that. Okay, music.
I
know you're a big music person.
I'm a big music person.
You are stranded on a deserted island. You have 2 albums with you to maintain your sanity.
Yep.
What are those 2 albums?
First, Stevie Wonder. I would almost always say Songs in the Key of Life, which is one of my favorite albums, but it might be Hotter Than July, which is like, I consider them to be companion albums, because Hotter Than July has All I Do. All I Do is like my favorite song, period. So I'm probably taking Hotter Than July with me. And then with Paul McCartney,
he's your other one.
He's my other one. It might be Band on the Run, but really it's Ram. I'm bringing Ram with me.
Ooh, I love this choice. Have you seen the new Band on the Run Man on the Run documentary?
No, I have not watched it yet.
See him on SNL?
Oh, yes.
Did you see him? He's just like, because he has this new album, which again, can we just have a moment that Paul McCartney just put out a new album? Like,
yep.
It's what did we do to deserve this?
What did we do to deserve this?
You know what I mean?
Tim texted me because I hadn't watched it yet, and he said, Did you watch Paul? And I was like, no. He tries to make you cry in the very first one, but he made me cry in the second. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. I cried at the first one, I cried at the second one, and then like at the end of the night of the songs, I was like so excited.
And then when he came out for Colbert's last show, and that, oh my God, I have chills. There are very few people that mean that much.
Yep.
To so many, but I love knowing that he means that much to you. So Ram is your choice.
Ram is my choice. Tim was on SNL. So his first show was oh my God, James Bond.
Daniel Craig.
It was Daniel Craig. And Daniel Craig. So I went to see him do the show. Daniel Craig was very nice, seriously to talk to.
Love
this. But then he called me. Tim was like, Paul's coming. So it was like, I was like, here we go. This is going to be the greatest. So I had to get to go and like see Paul McCartney like do the show. And then I was like, I had like some things to, I don't behave like this for anyone, but like there's something about like Sir Paul. I was like, here we go. And so like watch the show. It was great. So much fun. He played a bunch of songs afterwards. And then it was the after party. And I was like, here's my chance. I'll be chill. I'll be cool. And then my buddy Joe Kelly and some of people was like, hey, you want to go over to smoke a joint outside? I was like, yeah, sure. Got too high. And then I were inside and I was like, I saw him and I was like, my words, I don't know what to do right now. And then he just kept on walking and I was like, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. That was it.
Oh my God.
And I haven't had a chance to like meet or see him since. He's said before that Veep was his favorite.
Yeah, I mean.
And so like, I'm like,
I feel like, yes, you will orbit each other and then you will be in the same orbit and he'll be like, Richard Splett.
Like, I would lose my mind. I know every note of every song that man's written. Every note. Same with Stevie Wonder. I know every note. I know every note. I can whistle any like through an entire like orchestra.
Yeah.
I know every instrument, what every instrument is doing in every song about like you know what I mean. Like
Yep.
To detail.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Van Halen, be it you know what I mean. A John Williams thing, be it Tchaikovsky, be it. No Doubt, which I'm going to go see, No Doubt on Saturday. We're trying to make it work.
I'm so excited for you. Have you been to a show at the Sphere yet?
Yes.
Which one?
I went to Brendan Hunt's bachelor party. We went to see Backstreet Boys.
Yes. By the way, I love knowing that about Brendan Hunt.
Fun.
Amazing.
And, like No Doubt's like one of my top bands of all time. Like it's like I got into playing bass because of No Doubt.
Really?
Yeah, because Tony Kanal, who now I'm friends with, and I texted him like, "Hey, I'm gonna try and come out." So he's the one who set me up for tickets. Which is like blows my mind. That's
blowing your mind. That's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So I'm very much looking forward because like talking about schedule things.
Yeah,
it was the kind of thing that kind of got pushed aside, and I was like, wait. The run ends, right?
Yes.
Oh, all right, I've got to make this.
Totally.
It can't be me who misses that.
Okay. Books. Do you have a favorite book of all time or something you've read recently that you'd recommend?
So something I read recently that I recommend. This is going to be like a little off. My new obsession has been radio, like GMRS radio and now ham radio. So I've been studying ham radio like deep dive. So there's 3 tiers of ham radio.
Okay.
There's technician, there's general, which gives you access to the HF band, like something within the HF band, and then there's amateur extra. I took my so I'm now amateur extra, and I haven't even still keyed in yet because like you can't legally do that. But like now I've made it such a thing. I'm building my antenna and do this right, so I don't want to like key in until like I'm set, but I need to do it soon. But like all the ham radio books, there's this one like ham radio fast track, which like you learn so much. That's been like what the books I've been reading.
You won't believe it, but someone else chose that. No, I'm kidding.
I was like,
Oh my
whoa.
God. Okay, final question. TV.
Yes. The UK Office is like maybe like one of my, if not my all-time, it's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Because just the sort of patience and a truly unlikable guy who was allowed to be unlikable and like a shitty person, but and like selfish.
Yes.
But then like it was selfish because he was like insecure.
Yep.
It all like reads through, and like the pace and the timing of that show really, you know, I was already in comedy at that time, but it just like sort of like
it expanded your brain.
It expanded my brain.
Yeah.
You know, and I was already a big fan of like British comedies and stuff like that growing up, but then this one was like it locked in. Boom.
Yes.
So Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, that hit me, wham, boom.
Yep.
Like right there.
And
perfect.
like sent you on your way, even though you were already on.
And it was like something I was like applying, like sort of like I could like then in real time incorporate into like my sort of like development as a comedian, as an actor. When acting, you know, like, having to show up and be there. You know, or I can't say like, oh, I was like sick or whatever.
Yes.
When you're performing live, you can in time adjust it. You were like, oh, this isn't working. Let me adjust that. When you're filming and like whatever's on the thing, it's there.
Yep.
So there's no adjustment. The adjustment happens in the edit, and if it's there, if it's not there, you don't know.
You didn't get it.
Even the director can tell you, but you won't know.
Yes.
Until you can hear, like, unless you hear it. You have to get good enough where that doesn't, you know what I mean? That shows like that, like learning patience from that, and like while watching something and seeing that patience, because like in my improv time, like just really trying to go for as hard a laugh and as quick as I can, and that's sort of also the superpower that you get from like improvising in Detroit. Is like people aren't there as a hobby. People are there like people come to Detroit people come to Chicago to look for improv. They're like, oh, they understand what improv is.
Yeah.
They're going to give you a little bit of patience.
Yes.
And be like, oh, I get what you're going for there.
Yes.
In Detroit, that's somebody coming from the auto, you know.
Yeah.
That's somebody working on the line. It's like, I got $20. I paid you $20 to see this show.
Yes.
What is this?
Yes.
Is this stand up?
Totally.
Is this?
Let's get into it, and I better be laughing.
Quickly.
Yes.
On board.
Yes.
Then I can take you where you want to go. And so when we moved from Detroit to Chicago, everybody's like, these guys, where do they come from? Like, yeah, no time.
What a great muscle to use. What a great foundation that laid for you. And then you could be truly off to the races in Chicago.
Exactly.
I love that.
All that time in Detroit is also when I'm watching The Office.
Yeah.
So like I'm able to, so at that time we were like, you can be big, but then like we can also be small, and like know that these moments you can learn like in real time, like get a big laugh, but like make these moments like really personal and like really like character driven things. It's like the most hard jokes, but it's still like it still manages to be like a little bit real.
So that is a real like huge influence and remains.
Office Christmas special, watch it every year.
Oh, I love
Watch
that.
it every year.
Is there anything that you're watching lately that you've loved? Rooster.
Widow's Bay. Talk about Rooster.
Widow's Bay.
I'm really liking Margot's Got Money Problems.
Yes.
Money Trouble.
Money Troubles, I think.
Troubles.
Although Matt and I keep saying that too. I'm like, is it
Yeah.
Problems or Troubles? But we know what we're talking about. It's on Apple. It's with Elle
Apple.
Fanning, Nick Offerman, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Nick Offerman is...
What can he do?
What can't he do?
It's true, but I feel about him, I don't know him in the way I know you, but that's because you can do everything.
I appreciate that.
It's true.
I appreciate
and
that.
I haven't seen Margot yet, but know someone who's very close to him and was like, you can't even believe what he does in this show.
Yeah.
And it's just so, I mean, talk about Ron Swanson, who?
The show is so great. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Can't wait. Oh.
So good. Reggie Dinkins.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I watched it.
I love that show. It makes me laugh out loud.
Tracy Morgan, Daniel Radcliffe, the pairing that you didn't know you needed. But yes, totally. Totally. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Say, Sam Richardson, I am so honored that you did this. Again, you are one of one. You are, as I think everyone who has watched or listened to this can pick up on by now, you are like one of the kindest, loveliest humans in the world, too. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so wonderful. And so great to see you.
I never know how to end this podcast, so I'm going to get up and give you a hug.
Yeah.
General Meeting with Becky Sloviter is hosted and executive produced by me, Becky Sloviter. Our editor is Jay Rothman. Our audio engineer and director of photography is Hector Fernandez. Our tech producer is Griffin Davis. And our theme music is by Jay Rothman. Special thanks to Alni Atwell, Tanya Dahl, Carrie Potter, Andrew Sampson, Adam Shapiro, and Cody Blue Snyder. All of our episodes are on video as well on our YouTube channel at General Meeting Pod. Please consider subscribing there or follow the show on whatever platform you get your podcasts. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at General Meeting Pod, and more information is on our website, you guessed it, generalmeetingpod.com. Thank you, and most importantly, even though they're not in season right now, go Birds.